The video opens with a strong statement: "You are not here to learn how to impress women. You are here to learn how to protect yourself." This is a powerful wake-up call for men, reminding them that in modern society, men are often persuaded that patience and sacrifice will make them deserving of love and respect. However, according to Machiavelli, patience is a valuable virtue, but when taken to extremes, it becomes a slow form of self-betrayal. Machiavelli emphasizes that a man must respect himself first and foremost, and this must be clearly demonstrated through actions. Relationships cannot thrive if only one side is sacrificing and enduring. Women will only respect men who know how to protect themselves and refuse to be manipulated or controlled by the emotions or actions of others. This video will delve into behaviors that every man should identify and avoid. From subtle signs of contempt to emotional manipulation through guilt, we will explore 8 unacceptable behaviors in women, according to Machiavelli's perspective, and why recognizing and protecting oneself against these behaviors is not only crucial for maintaining personal integrity but also the key to building healthy, lasting relationships. Discover more insightful and helpful perspectives on relationships with Shining Mirror-LVB. When it comes to relationships between men and women, there are behaviors and attitudes that are unacceptable, yet they are often disguised as jokes or lighthearted comments. Many might think these are harmless jokes, but according to Machiavelli, disrespect never appears blatantly from the start. Instead, it often begins with subtle actions and what may seem like harmless comments. But if left unchecked, it can slowly erode your self-respect. Disrespect disguised as jokes. Machiavelli argues that disrespect in a relationship does not come from direct or obvious actions but is often masked under the guise of jokes. For example, a woman might joke about your appearance, making you feel uncomfortable, yet you might not know how to respond. These jokes might seem innocent, but the key is not to let them pass without a response. Even if it's a joke, if it makes you uncomfortable, it's important to address it immediately in a calm but assertive manner. Machiavelli suggests that a simple response like, "I don't joke about respect," can help you maintain your position without creating tension or drama. This isn't about being confrontational but subtly asserting your self-respect and demanding to be treated seriously. By not allowing these jokes to undermine your self-worth and respect, you will build a relationship on solid ground without manipulation. This is one of the ways to protect yourself in a relationship, where respect should always be prioritized. If you don't address these subtle signs early on, then, over time, the disrespect will grow more significant, causing you to lose your position and self-respect. Emotional manipulation through guilt. One of the most subtle tools for manipulating your emotions is through guilt. This is a tactic that many people, especially in relationships, may use to make you feel guilty about your feelings and decisions. However, it's essential that you do not feel guilty when you protect your own emotions and time. This is not selfishness but a necessary action to maintain your self-respect and boundaries in any relationship. According to Machiavelli, maintaining your stance and not allowing others to manipulate your emotions is crucial for preserving your control and independence within a relationship. When a woman tries to blame you for your feelings or make you feel guilty for your decisions or choices, that's the moment you must recognize it and not get caught up in that emotional game. You must understand that respecting yourself and protecting your emotions is vital, and you should never feel guilty for doing so. A simple statement like, "I don't feel guilty for respecting myself," can help you stand your ground without making the situation tense. In reality, if you don't allow guilt to control your actions, you will be able to build a stronger, more authentic relationship where both partners respect each other without feeling manipulated or forced. Protecting your emotions is not wrong. It's the first step to asserting your worth in any relationship. Don't let guilt or manipulation cloud your judgment about what is right and what you deserve. Silence as a tool of control. Machiavelli also points out that silence can be a powerful tool for control. When a woman suddenly becomes silent, stops responding to messages, or withdraws emotionally after a small argument, it is not a way to resolve the issue, it is a way to make you chase and seek attention. This is a subtle tactic used to manipulate emotional dynamics in a relationship, making the other person feel guilty and compelled to restore the connection. Machiavelli advises that to maintain control in any relationship, you do not need to chase or explain everything. Silence, in this case, is not passivity but an active decision to protect yourself and hold your ground. When you remain silent, you not only avoid falling into the emotional games of others, but you also give yourself space to think and focus on your personal goals, rather than getting caught up in unnecessary drama. Certainly, silence in these situations may feel unfamiliar or awkward, but it is a way to assert your independence and self-control in the relationship. Never feel the need to explain or ease emotions that are not your responsibility just to make the other person feel better. By not reacting immediately to emotional manipulation, you maintain respect and your position in the relationship. When you remain silent and focus on your goals, you not only protect yourself but also assert that you will not allow anyone to control you through emotional games. This is the key to maintaining autonomy in all relationships. Testing boundaries through disrespectful behavior. One of the subtle ways some people test your boundaries is through disrespectful behavior. While these actions may seem minor at first, if left unaddressed, they can gradually lead to manipulation and exploitation. Small but impactful behaviors, such as showing up late without apologizing or disregarding your time, are signs that need to be noticed. These actions reflect clear disrespect, even if they may sometimes be justified as carelessness or unintentional. Machiavelli warns that respect must be maintained from the very beginning in any relationship. If you allow these disrespectful behaviors to continue without reacting or setting boundaries, you will gradually begin to be exploited. Behaviors like arriving late without prior notice, disregarding your schedule, or even not respecting small commitments are signs that the other person does not value you or your time. When faced with these behaviors, it is crucial to set clear boundaries and not allow them to continue. You don't need to explain or justify yourself too much, simply a clear and firm response like, "I respect my time, and I expect the same from you." This will help you maintain respect and protect yourself from being exploited. In fact, setting these boundaries is not only a way to protect yourself but also a means to establish a healthy relationship where both parties understand and respect each other's value. Emotional outbursts to mask warning signs. One of the most subtle tactics for manipulating emotions in a relationship is sudden changes in behavior, particularly the shift from warm affection to coldness and detachment. This is not a sign of true love, rather, it's a way to control you through emotional highs and lows, making you feel unstable and constantly chasing after approval and affection. Machiavelli warns that such emotional shifts are not love, but tools of manipulation, making it easier for the other person to dominate and control you. When faced with such erratic emotional changes, from warmth to coldness, it's essential to recognize this manipulation and not let yourself get caught up in the emotional game. True love doesn't suddenly turn into coldness without any clear reason. If someone suddenly changes their attitude toward you without a valid explanation, it's a sign of emotional manipulation. To protect yourself, you need to remain steady and not let the other person's emotional fluctuations control your behavior. An effective way to do this is by maintaining emotional stability within yourself and not allowing their sudden mood changes to sway you. By not reacting to these emotional shifts, you preserve your self-control and avoid falling into the trap of manipulation. True love should be built on respect, stability, and genuine connection, not emotional games. Emotional gaslighting. One of the most subtle and dangerous forms of deception in a relationship is gaslighting, where someone tries to make you doubt yourself. In particular, when a woman makes you feel uncertain about your emotions and thoughts. For example, when you question an action of hers that made you uncomfortable, instead of clarifying or addressing it, she might tell you that you're too sensitive or overthinking. This is a form of emotional manipulation, making you feel like you're overreacting and that you can't trust your own feelings. According to Machiavelli, one of the most important factors in maintaining control in any relationship is standing firm and not letting your emotions waver. If you begin to doubt yourself and stop trusting your own feelings, you will slowly lose your sense of control and self-respect. Gaslighting not only makes you question yourself but also weakens your self-awareness, making you feel less capable of making decisions. It's crucial to recognize when you are being gaslit and not let it affect your self-confidence or your ability to make decisions. By setting clear boundaries and responding assertively, such as saying, "My feelings are valid, and I have the right to feel this way," you are not only protecting yourself but also asserting that you will not allow anyone to manipulate your emotions or diminish your worth. Shame for your masculinity. In relationships, there may be times when you face criticism about your masculinity, leadership, or decisiveness. These criticisms can be a subtle way to soften your strong traits, making you more susceptible to manipulation. People with ulterior motives may try to make you feel ashamed of these natural qualities, causing you to doubt yourself and gradually diminish your own worth. However, according to Machiavelli, leadership and decisiveness are not sins. They are qualities that define your strength and confidence. Machiavelli argues that you don't need to explain or apologize for these traits. Leadership and decisiveness are not just innate masculine traits but are necessary in any relationship, especially when you want to build a healthy and lasting one. These traits are not about domination or authoritarianism but about the ability to make decisions and stand firm in what you believe in, qualities that are vital not only in love but in life as well. When you live confidently with your masculinity, you will not only earn respect from others but also assert your position in the relationship. You do not need to lower yourself or change due to unfair criticism. Instead, live with leadership and decisiveness, and show others that you are not only confident in your decisions but also in your values. When you embrace your true nature with confidence, you will not be manipulated or overshadowed by baseless criticisms, punishing you when you have a life of your own. A healthy relationship should not only focus on connection and sharing but should also encourage personal growth. Each person in a relationship needs space to grow, pursue their interests, work, and personal goals. However, if a woman feels jealous or tries to create difficulties when you have your own work or personal life, it's a sign of an emotional manipulation tactic. This is not genuine care or love but a way to pull you away from your goals and intentions in life. Machiavelli emphasizes that in any relationship, you should never sacrifice your life goals for love. If you do not maintain your freedom and independence in your personal life, you will lose control and autonomy, and your relationship will become dependent. It's essential to recognize when you are being manipulated and not let negative emotions or jealousy distract you from your personal goals. When she begins to create problems every time you spend time on work or pursue your personal interests, it's important to reaffirm your stance. A clear statement like, "I will never sacrifice my life goals for love," will help you maintain respect in your position in the relationship. Love and personal growth must go hand in hand, and you should never feel guilty for wanting to move forward and achieve your dreams. Machiavelli doesn't just teach us about wielding power in relationships, he also teaches us how to protect ourselves from subtle manipulation. Emotions and feelings should never become tools of control in a healthy relationship. To remain strong and unaffected, you must maintain clarity in your actions and emotions. Your feelings, no matter how intense, should never be used as a tool to manipulate you. A healthy relationship is not built on manipulation, but on mutual respect and understanding. To be a strong man and not fall victim to manipulation, you need to maintain clarity in everything you do and feel. You must learn to set clear boundaries and never let anyone or any situation infringe on your personal space or rights. When you stand firm and never compromise your self-respect, you will avoid toxic relationships and thrive in a healthy environment. Finally, the video encourages viewers to build strong boundaries and never lower themselves for temporary harmony. What Machiavelli teaches is that power comes from maintaining self-respect and never overlooking even the smallest violations, as they can accumulate into significant losses in the future. It's this consistency that will help you maintain your position in relationships and protect yourself from negative influences. Don't just keep what you've learned in your head. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Hit like if you found this content helpful, and share it with someone who needs to hear this. Build a spirit that can never be broken. Maintaining personal power in relationships is not about demanding or dominating. It's truly about maintaining self-respect and never letting anyone manipulate you. No matter the relationship, remember, not every victory requires a fight. Explore more insightful and helpful perspectives on relationships with Shining Mirror, LVB.